Hey you guys, I did a huge meal prep for breakfast, so I wanted to show you everything that we made. I have my freezer burritos, freezer sandwiches, and some overnight oats. Everything is so good and ready to go for the whole family for the whole week. So each day in the morning, we don't have to worry about making a big old mess in the kitchen because everything is prepped. So first I'm going to make up the breakfast sandwiches. So I have eggs, milk, I have English muffins, and I'm going to use sliced cheddar cheese, and I have Canadian bacon. I love Canadian bacon. It's perfect with these sandwiches. And like I said, these are freezer recipes this week, and I just love having a bunch of stuff ready to go. So I'm going to make my eggs for the sandwich first. I'm going to make my eggs on a sheet pan in the oven. So I'm first going to add in and scramble up all of the eggs. I'm going to use 8 eggs, and I have half a cup of milk. So I'm going to scramble all this together, mix the eggs, and then they will be ready to go onto my sheet pan. If you haven't made sheet pan eggs before, they are perfect for breakfast sandwiches. Really fun to make, super easy. So I have my cookie sheet. I'm going to spray it with cooking spray. And then I'm going to add on parchment paper, and I'm going to kind of stick that to the cooking spray, and then I'm going to spray it again so that my eggs come off nice and easily. They just pop right off of the parchment paper. So I'm going to pour the egg mixture in, and it's just going to be all nice and flat. And I'm going to add a little bit of cracked black pepper. If you'd like, you can add that. And then these are ready to go in the oven for about 15 to 18 minutes. And so they come out cooked just perfectly. And I'm going to use my circle cookie cutter to make the size of my English muffin. So it'll be just perfect size to put onto my breakfast sandwich. So I'm going to try not to waste too much eggs, but we can save all these little scraps for some breakfast, just not on the sandwich. So I'm just going to use my cookie cutter and cut them all up. I'm going to assemble the sandwiches and have them ready to go. So I have my English muffin cut in half, have my little circle egg, and I'm going to put it all together with the Canadian bacon and the cheddar cheese. So I'm going to put them all together, and then once everything's ready, I'm going to wrap these in foil, and that's how they stay really great in the freezer. These last quite a while, so I've had them in the freezer for 2 to 3 months, and they are just really wonderful. So I'm going to actually put about half of them in the fridge for us to have right away, and then we'll put the other half in the freezer. So I'm just going to assemble all of these, and they will be ready to go. So you can add bacon to these if you'd like, or a sausage patty as well. Tons of different combos for breakfast sandwiches. Canadian bacon is one of my favorites, so that's why I'm making it with Canadian bacon this week, but also can't go wrong with bacon and sausage. Just breakfast is one of my favorite meals of the day, so I love to have tons of yummy breakfast prepped and ready to go. If I don't start my day off with a good breakfast, it feels like it's just kind of ruined. So I have all my sandwiches ready to go. And like I said, I'm going to wrap these up and put them in the freezer and some in the fridge, and they're ready to go. So next I'm going to make freezer breakfast burritos. So I have these potatoes. They're frozen, but they're already diced ready to go. I have sausage, eggs, I have my favorite chunky salsa, green salsa, and some shredded cheddar cheese. So I am first, I'm going to use regular sausage, and I'm going to first cook that up and then get everything else ready to go. Do the potatoes, and they have bell peppers in them, which is great, and then I'll cook up the eggs. So I have my regular sausage. You can use a spicy sausage if you'd like, but sometimes the kids don't want spicy, so I'm just going to use regular. You can always add a little more spice to it once it's cooked. So I am going to just put my sausage in my pan on my stove. I will cook it until it's cooked all the way through, just breaking it into small crumbles. and then it will be ready to go. I'll set it aside and get everything else ready to assemble for the breakfast burritos. So breakfast burritos and any kind of burritos are so great to have in the freezer. This makes a huge batch, and so do my other freezer burrito recipes. But just a really big batch, so it's great to have these ready to go at all times, and they're really delicious. I love the sauce, salsa. It got me tongue tied. The salsa is so good in these, and it just gives them so much flavor. So my sausage is almost cooked, and once it is, I'm going to drain the fat from it, and then I'll let it cool, and it'll be ready to go into my breakfast burritos. All right, so now I'm going to make my eggs. So I'm going to spray a little cooking spray in my pan, and then I will pour the eggs in, and they don't take long at all to cook, but I will just keep stirring them with my little spatula so that they don't stick to the bottom. So I'll just keep kind of pushing them around and making sure that they're cooked all the way through. And I just love eggs in the morning, and so scrambling this big batch will be ready to go in the breakfast burrito, and these will be so delicious, and they're really easy, super simple ingredients, and like I said, makes a really giant batch. So these are really great to have on hand, and you are prepped and ready to go for quite a while, which is so awesome. So everything is ready, and I'm going to assemble onto my tortillas. You can use a low carb tortilla to keep these a little healthier. And I'm gonna just add in everything and roll it up. And then once I have them all assembled, I will wrap these in foil as well, just like with my breakfast sandwiches. But I will put these in foil, and like I said, I'm going to freeze about half of the batch, and then we'll save the other half in the refrigerator because we'll eat those right away. But so I have my eggs, sausage, the potatoes are ready to go, a little bit of cheddar cheese, and then a little bit of salsa as well. And then I'll roll it up, and these are so good, and you can modify these however you like them. If you want to add a different kind of breakfast meat, bacon, ham, if you want to skip the potatoes, I do that sometimes, but you can just make these all kinds of different ways, and just so wonderful to have them in the freezer so you're nice and organized. Our mornings are super hectic, so it's really great to have a bunch of options ready to go. It just makes the day start so much better, in my opinion. So I'm also going to make some overnight oats for this week to have ready. So I have my silicone measuring cup, which I prefer to use when I'm adding stuff into my mason jars because I can bend it, and it helps a little bit to not make such a big, huge mess. So I'm going to use about a cup of oats, and then I'm going to put them in each mason jar, add all my other ingredients. These are so delicious. Love having them ready for the week. The boys love oats right now, and Zachary especially. He's always asking for oatmeal, so it's really great having these ready to go. I can just pull them out of the refrigerator. He does like them heated up a little bit to get them a little warm, but you can definitely eat these cold as well. If you're on the go, you could just grab one and go, and you don't have to worry about anything. So you guys know how much I love chia seeds. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of chia seeds. They're just so healthy, so many great healthy, nutritious things about chia seeds. Super filling and high in fiber. So this is a really healthy breakfast to have. Definitely keeps you full the whole morning until lunchtime, which is really great. You don't have to snack a whole bunch during the morning time. So I'm also going to add in brown sugar, which is the best in oatmeal. You have to add a little bit of sweetness for sure to make it delicious. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of brown sugar in each mason jar. Zachary calls this sugar oatmeal because when we make it homemade instead of the little packets that you get, like the maple brown sugar packets you get at the store, which are totally full of tons of sugar. So homemade, he actually calls the sugar oatmeal. I don't know, he's kind of funny. But anyways, I'm going to add pumpkin as well, pumpkin puree. This time of year, just can't get enough pumpkin. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of pumpkin, and this is going to make it so yummy and give it a little more sweetness and give it a couple fall vibes to have for the rest of this prep for the week. Nice to have something a little fall-ish. So I'm adding that in, and then I'm also going to add in a little dash of cinnamon. So a little dash of cinnamon, and then I'll also add in my almond milk, about a cup of almond milk, and then these overnight oats will be ready to go. I hope you enjoyed these options for this week. Freezer sandwiches, freezer burritos, overnight oats, all of my family's favorites. So we are all set for the week and beyond because we'll have some of this in the freezer. So I hope you enjoy these ideas. Click subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. I hope you have a great day.